good, YouTube, man? It's your boy, man, Jay Willie Silly, man, aka Mr. Take It Easy for you in the life is. But make sure y'all follow my Twitch, man. Subscribe to my second channel. Everything you know about your boy Jay, it's in the description down below. Like I said, y'all, my second channel is going stupid. We hit 1.4K. Next goal 10K or something, you know what I'm saying? I said it before, now I'm going to say it again, y'all. Please don't bust my balls. For all my new subscribers and new viewers, if y'all do want to go check out all of my true crime videos of this such right here, it is in the playlist section over yonder. But we got Killer Girlfriend Doesn't Realize She Was Recorded by CCTV. Now, I know I have not reacted to a lot of super thugs, y'all, lately. Please don't bust my balls. But we are back doing it. And like I said, the dumbest thing to do in 2026 going on to 2027 is to commit crime. Why can't we all just get along, man? Why do people have to be super thugs? You trying to be a super thug in 2026? That's the most hilarious thing unknown to mankind. You got camera at the camera at the camera. Not only do you have cameras posted up in the air, but you got cameras on doorbells. You got cameras on people's houses. Bro, you literally being watched everywhere. Everywhere. And like I said it before, and I'm gonna say it again, y'all. Don't bust my bulls. You know what I'm saying? But, you know what I mean? One thing the devil do, he tempts you, he tempts you, he tempts you, and tempts you. One thing I realize that all these super thugs have in common is that they be so angry in the moment. While they committing the murder, while they committing the crime, they be so angry, full of anger, full of violence. And then after the act is committed, they come back to their senses. You know what I mean? Not angry no more, not violent no more. Why do you think that is such a thing? Like I said, y'all, the physical. People be so worried about the physical. People eyesight be focused on something that's like, look, you got to understand the battle is not what we're looking at. See, everybody's so focused on the physical, but it's the spiritual that we need to be focused on. So the person that murdered this person right here, like the killer girlfriend that murdered this person right here, you think she did that on her own? No, she ain't do that on her own. She was provoked by a spirit, a murdering spirit. I told y'all, yeah, it happened January 19th, 2022. Don't bust my balls, but I'm trying to tell y'all this. Yeah, it happened January 19th, but this right here was going on her mind years and probably months before. You know what I'm saying? The crime happened January 19th, but she was probably thinking about this November 18th, 2021. You feel me? It's just she couldn't take it no more, so she just had to do it. Everything, whether it's evil, whether it's good, comes from the mind. I said it before and I'm going to say it again. Don't bust my bulls. Everything, whether it's good, whether it's bad, it comes from the mind. I just want to, I want y'all to understand how powerful the mind is, man.
The officers you were looking at are attempting to enter an apartment to conduct a wellness check. But what they find behind this door will shock them.
Clear that. Clear that. Come in here.
No.
290. 290, you have a female down in a bedroom.
No.
I believe this may be a homicide.
No, man, get in me, bro.
Don't come here, brother.
One hour earlier, the Canton Police Department in Ohio received a 911 call asking them to check in on a 26-year-old woman named Tierra Birch.
Yeah, Police Mackenzie.
Yes, ma'am. I need a wellness health check for my daughter. I think something's wrong. Very wrong.
How old's your daughter?
26.
What's her name?
Tierra Birch.
Two patrol officers were immediately dispatched to Tierra's apartment. When they arrived, Tierra's father was waiting for them on the front lawn.
My daughter texted me 6:49 this morning. Said she had COVID. I got off work. Came here to bring her some medicine. And nothing. Her phone goes like voicemail. I called my boy here. He ain't heard her. I called her other friend. He ain't heard her. The lady back there in that blue house said she seen some tall dude driving a car and somebody took laundry baskets out of her apartment out.
The officers headed inside the building where they met Tierra's younger brother, Tyrese.
When you guys call, can you guys hear her phone ring? Okay.
Tierra, it's the police.
With no response from Tierra, the officers were becoming increasingly concerned. But at this point, they still needed permission to access the unit if they wanted to check on her.
Landlord is coming.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unfortunately, we don't have enough to force entry, so if the landlord's on his way, we'd rather take that route.
She got a boyfriend or nothing?
Yeah. Supposedly, yeah.
Okay.
He's supposed to be in jail, but
Okay.
I'll be out.
Would that tall, thin male, would that match the description or
Yes.
of the boyfriend?
Yes.
Okay.
Tall and dark.
They got, between the two of them, any violent history?
Well, he's got domestic with some other women in Massillon.
One of the officers went back to the police cruiser and confirmed that Tierra's boyfriend Vincent was, in fact, already in custody.
Okay, so he in custody, so he ain't do it.
Vincent's still in the jail.
He's still in?
Yeah, Vincent Ricardo Ryan is still in jail. So,
Still in jail?
yeah.
All right, please open this door, please.
The landlord arrived 10 minutes later to give the officers Tierra's key.
I'm gonna give you the key. I'll let you go in first.
What's her name? Tierra?
Let me put that.
That's what she's looking at.
Almost feels like something's blocking me.
Tierra, it's the police.
As you've already seen, after realizing that the door was blocked, the officers decided...
It's like in my back head, it's like in they back head, they know something wrong. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know something wrong, but you don't want it to be what you thinking it is. You know what I'm saying? But you know something wrong, you feel me? So
to force their way inside. In Ohio, police are not allowed to use their body cams on private property, so the officers turn off their video feed, but their audio keeps rolling.
We have a female down in a bedroom. I believe this may be a homicide.
You're kidding me, bro. Mister.
Oh, come here, brother.
The officers just discovered Tierra lying face down on the floor of her apartment in a pool of her own blood. She had 52 stab wounds all over her body.
52 stab wounds, bro. 52. Do you know how gruesome and how like violent? Like, you stabbed this girl 52 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. She already dead, probably off the 5th stab. Do you know how much? But that's close to 100 times you stabbed this woman, bro. Oh yeah, you was possessed by a demon that day. That's what I'm saying. She just kept going. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Y'all see how insane that is? We at 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 20. Golly, keep stabbing. She already dead, but she keep going and go. That is right. That's demonic, man. What?
Leading investigators to believe
52
that this may have been
times?
a crime of passion. Based on the lack of physical evidence and the strong
Crazy.
scent of bleach, it seemed that the killer had meticulously cleaned the apartment following the attack. Tierra's family couldn't believe somebody would want to harm her. They said Tierra was kind and generous and would make friends everywhere she went. They couldn't help but wonder if Vincent, who had just recently entered Tierra's life, somehow had a role in this murder, despite being locked up behind bars. But not long after Tierra's body was discovered, her father received a chilling text that said, "Sorry about your daughter. Know the game." And the contact that had sent this disturbing text? His dead daughter, Tierra Birch. The killer must have stolen Tierra's phone and was now using it to taunt her loved ones. However, this killer was a bit too cocky because this was actually a huge win for the investigators. They now knew that if they could find Tierra's phone, they could find Tierra's killer. They obtained the phone's location data for the past 24 hours.
Stupid old boy.
And created a map showing exactly where the phone had pinged. They then obtained the CCTV footage from any cameras near those locations. Throughout all of the footage, there was one vehicle in particular that kept popping up. A yellow Ford Focus
Stupid
hatchback
old boy.
with a stripe on both sides.
That's why I be trying to tell you, boy. You never get away with this junk, boy. You know what I mean? Never get away with this junk. Stupid old boy. Know what I mean? Dumb. Know what I mean? That's one thing I say, man. And anybody that's watching this, I'm going to tell you this right now. I don't care that you think you different, bro. Bro, it's plenty of people, bro, that can kill people and whatever, bro. Like, one thing I cannot stand is when somebody think they different. You know what I'm saying? Hey, ain't nobody going to kill me. All right, keep going out here killing people. Keep going out here trying to be a thug. Keep going out here trying to be a gangster. You going to bite the dust. I don't care how tough you think you is. But I seen tough people die. Tougher than you, bro. You ain't the only one, bro. 10 plus bodies and got up out of there. Straight up. What you reap is what you sow, bro. So you want to be a little gangster? Want to go out here and kill? All right. Just know it's going to come back tenfold. You know what I'm saying? Tenfold. It happens all the time, bro. You think you the first gangster to walk this earth? You ain't no gangster, you a fool. No such thing as a gangster. You just a fool. You just a person being deceived by the devil, just like he or she was. Think you the only tough one. You think you the only one that thought you was different. You ain't gonna even see it coming either. That's in the world, you reap what you sow. You know what I mean? Eye for an eye. You better start reading that word. It's written, bro. You gonna die. You either gonna die or go to jail. One more, but the consequence gonna happen. But the crazy thing is, when it come to you, you think because the consequence ain't come immediately that you ain't finna get that consequence. It's gonna come when you least expect it. Stop thinking you're different, bro. Stop trying to be tough. It's better to live a good life and a righteous life, man. You trying to be a super thug, but it ain't gonna turn out well for you, bro. Stop trying to act like you just stop trying to. You only got one life, bro. You really, cause you gonna die. You gonna go to jail. Some gonna get. Look, like I said, keep doing what you're doing out there. I don't know who I'm talking to. I don't know you from a can of paint. Keep doing what you want to do out there. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It always do, bro. Always do.
A yellow Ford
Look at your
Focus
favorite
hatchback
rappers
with a stripe on both sides.
dying and getting
Ford Focus
killed,
appeared on the surveillance cameras near Tierra's
getting killed,
apartment
going to jail.
at 3:48 a.m., about a block away from Tierra's residence. The yellow Ford Focus drives into view and parks on the side of the road. Two suspects then exit the vehicle, but the footage is too dark and too blurry to identify them. The suspects walk in the direction of Tierra's apartment until they exit the frame. The detectives believed that this was just moments before Tierra was murdered. About a half hour later, one of the suspects is captured carrying something large back to their car, possibly a laundry basket.
The lady back there in that blue house said she sees some tall dude driving a car and somebody took laundry baskets out.
Over the next couple of hours, the suspects make multiple trips to and from Tierra's apartment, loading several more items into the car. In this footage, the suspects were most likely robbing Tierra's apartment and disposing of evidence. At 6:49 a.m., while they were still cleaning the crime scene, Tierra's father received the text from Tierra's phone saying that she was sick.
My daughter texted me 6:39 this morning, says she had COVID.
It is believed that this text was sent by one of the suspects pretending Tierra was still alive and attempting to delay an investigation. Fast forward to 8:20 a.m. The sun is now up and the suspects can be seen on another camera leaving Tierra's apartment for the last time, but their faces are still obscured. Not only that, but throughout all of the footage the detectives had found, the license plate on the yellow Focus was unreadable due to the poor camera quality. The problem was that the cameras they were looking at were not equipped with license plate readers, so the resolution was too low to make out any of the text on screen. The detectives were at a dead end with the surveillance footage, so they decided to speak with Tierra's boyfriend, Vincent Ryan, to see if he had any valuable information. As we mentioned earlier, Vincent was already behind bars. Vincent had been in jail for the past 10 days after being accused of aggravated burglary. But according to him, this burglary was all one big setup, and he knew exactly who was trying to frame him.
This is all stemming from because I don't want to be with this chick. These chicks is playing games with y'all. These chicks is playing games with y'all. They playing game with me. They for my life, sir.
The chicks that Vincent is referring to are his ex-girlfriends, Asia Lindsay and Taylor Hammond. He was convinced that these women were falsely accusing him of burglary in order to ruin his life. What Vincent doesn't realize is that these women may have taken things to the next level.
Were you in a relationship with Tierra Birch?
Tierra Birch, yes.
There's no easy way for me to tell you this. We found her dead today. And we believe it's homicide.
What? Well, where? What? Where? This is some cool. And now y'all coming here telling me Tierra is there, sir? These two. That's who y'all need to find. These two.
Immediately following this interview,
He's talking about these two mother, and I genuinely believe he ain't got nothing to do with this junk, bro. I'm telling y'all, women be crazy, bro. Especially when a woman is in love with you. I'm telling y'all, the most dangerous thing a man can do is play with a woman's heart. That's the most dangerous thing to do. I said it before and I'm going to say it again. Don't bust my balls. My brother friend got stabbed in the chest by his girlfriend. You think it's all cute and fun and games playing with a woman's heart? Man, that woman will kill you, boy. You play with a woman's heart, bro. She really love you. Invested time. I'm telling you, I genuinely believe that women are more crazier than men because they're more emotional. And one thing about a woman, she ain't like men. Women ain't like men. See, men, bro, some men, a lot of men, can still like a woman and still cheat on her. I've heard a man saying, I still love my wife, but I just want something on the side. So you don't really love your wife, because if you love your wife, you won't cheat. You know what I'm saying? But all I'm saying is, a lot of men can have feelings for a woman and still cheat on that woman. Yeah, he cheating on you, but he still got feelings for you. He just ain't got no self-control. Some men, a lot of men just built that way. You know what I'm saying? Weird, stupid. But a woman that truly loves you, bro, all she sees is you. Women and men are completely different when it comes to that aspect. All men ain't like that, but a lot of these men are. You feel me? But women, I can say that about a woman, bro. If a woman truly loves you, gang, that woman sees nobody but you. So if you break that woman's heart, you play with that woman, she could be the nicest woman in the world. You turn her crazy. Especially if you took her virginity. Shh. Trust me. Women crazy, bro. Telling you, stop playing with these women's heart. Stop playing with their heart, bro. You're going to end up dead somewhere, bro. I'm telling you. I reacted to a story. I said it before, and I'm going to say it again. Don't bust my balls. I said it before. Look, about this man. He didn't even mean it that way. They were talking in the bed, chilling with each other. He said something, and she took it as he was using her. So what she did, she waited for him to go to sleep. She worked at a butcher shop. Waited for him to go to sleep. Left midnight. Went to that butcher shop. Got some tools. Because she's a butcher. So she know how to butch. She butch things for a living, animals and whatnot. You feel me? So she went to go get the tools from the job. Came back to the crib. Set everything up in place. Got a big old knife. Some of y'all probably remember Mr. Ballin' video. The boy was sleeping, right? On his back. She got on top of that boy. Big old knife. Poof! Right in his chest. Imagine you sleeping backside and a woman just come all the way back at you. Right in your chest. Woke up. Blood. And eventually he died by the front door. So after that, after he died I'm giving y'all a real story. This woman is still in jail to this day. To this day. He died on the front step, right? So after bro died, guess what that woman did? This is a woman, bro. I tell you, I heard some women do some craziest women crazy. And this woman cut up this man's body. Like I said, we're going back to the beginning of the story. Shouted working a butcher shop. It's real story. This ain't no fake story. This happened in real life, bro. Real life. Y'all know crazy true crimes I be watching. Just like this right here, real life. It's real life, but Mr. Ballin was telling the story. This happened real life, shout. Man, shouted, cut that man up. Cut that man up, bro, into pieces. And then cook bro body parts. Cook bro body parts. And then after she cooked bro body parts, she ate them. So she was a cannibal. That was one of the most crazy. I reacted to a whole lot of effed up ish, man. But that was number one for me. That's when I knew off the rip, like, yeah, women crazy. Cut that man up into pieces, made him into a meal. That was crazy. Serving life without parole. Today, I forgot her name.
Looked into Vincent's
I think it was probably on my second channel. Probably on my channel got banned, or probably this channel. I don't know. Y'all just search up J Willie Silly Mr. Ballin' Reaction. It's probably on this channel, but I'm 100% certain that it was on my first channel that got banned.
Case. They noticed that two people reported
women,
this
bro.
burglary to the Massillon Police Department. A man named Jeffrey James, as well as Vincent's ex, Taylor Hammond. So the detectives contacted Taylor to ask her directly about the burglary. However, she claimed that she never went into the police station and didn't even know who Jeffrey James was. To confirm what she was saying, the detectives acquired the surveillance footage from the lobby of the Massillon Police Department. Jeffrey could clearly be seen waiting to speak to the police, but Taylor was nowhere to be found. However, there was somebody else waiting with
Who's
him,
that?
and this person looked just like ex-girlfriend number 2, 38-year-old Asia Lindsay. The two can even be seen speaking to the police about the so-called burglary. After seeing this footage, the detectives working Tierra's case decided to speak with Jeffrey themselves. During this interview, Jeffrey admitted that he had actually been pressured by 2 of his friends to help file the police report against Vincent. His 2 friends were Asia Lindsay and his roommate, 31-year-old Jamal Bullock. He also pointed out that Jamal was at the police station as well when he and Asia filed the report. The detectives looked back at the footage, and at one point while Asia and Jeffrey were speaking to the police, Jamal casually walked through the lobby. It was now clear that Asia Lindsay and Jamal Bullock were the puppet masters behind Vincent's burglary allegations. But if the detectives wanted to prove that Asia and Jamal were also involved in Tierra's death, they somehow needed to place them at the crime scene, since the surveillance footage was too dark and too blurry on the night of the crime, and the suspects were covering their face in all of the daytime footage. It seemed that the detectives were out of luck, until they zoomed in on the daytime footage and saw that one of the suspects was wearing a very specific pair of Nike sneakers. They compared this to the police station footage.
Wait, y'all see that? Do y'all see that, gang? Crazy. Like, and that's why I be trying to tell you, it's only one mistake that you need to make. One mistake. You make one slip up, it's over. You want to commit a crime, you want to be a criminal, you got to be perfect every single time. I told y'all remember when I said, don't bust my balls? They can mess up 1,000 times. It only take them getting correct one time. That goes back to what I was saying. You could be perfect 1,000 times, only take you getting messed up one time. This motherfucker finna get caught by his shoes. Bro probably thought bro probably thought that he executed the perfect plan. We got the bleach, we got the lawn, cleaned everything up. No physical evidence anywhere. We finna scur off the lot. Motherfucker didn't even know he wore the same shoes the day he committed the crime. Them little things, the little things be the reason why people got life without parole. Did everything else correctly, but the motherfucker, the thing that you didn't do correctly was change your shoes. Be little things like that. That's what I be saying, man. Being a criminal, man, it's too much to be a criminal, man. You got to make sure everything perfect, man. It's too hard being a criminal. Man, I'd rather just chill.
Noticed that Jamal
motherfucker finna go to jail off of the shoes.
Was wearing the exact same pair of sneakers. They also checked Asia Lindsay's vehicle records, and the vehicle currently registered under her name happened to be a yellow Ford Focus hatchback. They looked up her license plate in their traffic camera database and saw that on the morning of Tierra's murder, Asia's yellow Focus was photographed by a license plate reader as it passed through an intersection. They were finally able to zoom in on this license plate and confirm that this yellow Focus, with a stripe on both sides, belonged to Asia Lindsay. The detectives now believed that they had enough evidence to charge Asia and Jamal with complicity to murder. So just 2 days after Tierra was killed, officers tracked them down and placed them both under arrest.
Can you say something? I'm like so lost right now.
The officers refused to give Asia any information as she sat there in shock.
Okay, now can somebody say something to me? We want this one right downtown? Okay.
Despite being completely caught off guard, Asia was also very calm and cooperative. After arriving at the police station, she was brought directly into the interrogation room for questioning.
All right, so we have to talk about some stuff because I think that you are able to tell me the truth.
And I will. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you about anything. Like, you got to understand one thing about me is I'm a very, 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 very honest person. I've done bad things, okay? And when I've gotten caught,
We've all done bad
I told the truth.
The detectives finally informed Asia that she was under arrest for the murder of Tierra Birch. Before they could ask her any questions, Asia immediately started explaining why she was near Tierra's residence that night.
I was selling. I know that sounds bad, but I gotta be honest. I make more money doing that than if I spent the whole shift at work. You know.
However, after realizing she had been caught on camera making multiple trips to and from Tierra's apartment, she completely changed her story. She said that it wasn't her in the surveillance footage because at the time of Tierra's murder, she was tied up in her basement.
I'm involved in some weird stuff, and that's kind of like what I was involved with, and I just don't like telling people that. That's embarrassing.
Role playing or something?
Yeah, but it's a little more extreme.
At 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I got kids. What do you, I can't be You know, I gotta make sure they're nice and sleeping. Sorry, like I got a whole basement. It gets real active down there.
The detective scrutinized this freaky story and asked Asia what exactly was preventing her from leaving her basement.
My leash has a freaking timer on it when it unlocks and lets you loose. Mm-hmm. And it was not set to let me loose until 6:30.
Asia stuck to this story for the rest of her interview and kept insisting that she was the most honest person in the world.
Most stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Claiming
so you just in the basement just like that until 6:30? A role play. It's the weirdest junk.
Asia was the angry and jealous mastermind behind this entire plan. She first needed Vincent in jail so Tierra would be left alone, giving Asia the chance to kill her. Asia firmly denied these allegations.
I have no issue with that girl. I don't even give a damn that Vince was gone.
You do. You were hoping he was going to come back to your job thing.
With no progress being made and no physical evidence to disprove Asia's story, the detectives decided to wrap things up and move on to Jamal.
Were you with Asia on the 19th?
No, I was at home.
There's cameras in every house almost. So now I'm giving you a chance to be honest too.
Jamal wasn't budging either, so the detectives left to grab the surveillance footage. While Jamal sat alone in the interrogation room, it seemed that reality was starting to set in. He seemed much more nervous than Asia, especially after seeing the surveillance footage. The detectives noticed this and wasted no time upping the pressure.
I want you to tell me the truth. I don't want you to tell me something you think I want to hear. I don't want you to tell me something you don't know. I want the whole truth. Okay? How did Asia kill her? Stop saying you don't know, man. How did she kill her?
Stabbed her.
Dang. Got him. And the whole time, the detectives, yeah, they got the surveillance, but they ain't really got that much evidence on you. You know what I'm saying? They just, if they had so much evidence, if they had so much against you, they don't need to. I ain't gonna lie, it's a lot of times now. You feel me? That it don't matter if you be quiet. It don't matter if you should always be quiet. You should always ask for a lawyer. That's just the best thing to do for you in this case right here. But it's just a lot of situations where you could be quiet and you can ask for a lawyer and whatever thing, you're still gonna go to jail for murder. I've seen it happen. But this isn't one of them situations. They don't have enough physical evidence to really charge them with murder. So it's like somebody really have to, I feel like they're going to figure out regardless. Like I feel like they're going to figure out later down the road, but somebody has to talk in order to help them solve this case like immediately. Like, you know what I'm saying? Immediately. So bro probably just folded and seen the surveillance camera. And like I said, you can lie to the detectives, but you can't lie to yourself. So whole time he knew who killed Asia, whatever. He knew who killed her. You feel me? He know he was involved. So it's like, oh man, like they got me. Like if I tell the truth, then I can get a lesser sentence or something. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, he don't even know he finna go to jail for knowing about the murder. So you finna get the same amount of years, just like her. So the best thing for you to do was just shut your mouth. You know what I mean? Because you knew about the murder. You know that's a crime. If you don't come to the police about a crime, you know that the crime was committed and you don't come to the police about the crime, yet you trying to clean it up. They got surveillance cameras on you bringing out, you feel me, a laundry basket. You know what I'm saying? Bringing out things. They smelt bleach going inside the house. So that's telling me that you helped her with the murder. So you a conspiracy to murder, bro. So you gonna get the same amount of years that she get. So they just tricked your little stupid stuff to telling on her. But the whole time you finna get the same crime that you finna get the same sentence that she finna get. Just by being involved in it. You didn't have to stab her, but you was still with her. Or she did it. You still had knowledge of it.
I was scared, but I didn't never put two and two that she would be out here doing something like this. I didn't mean for it to go like that.
Jamal said that when he initially agreed to help Asia, the plan was to put Vincent in jail, then steal his items from Tierra's apartment. According to him, Asia never mentioned a plan to murder Tierra, and he never expected her to be capable of something so sinister.
It makes me feel like that. So she would kill me. I'm sorry what happened. And if I can do anything different, then she would not be dead right now.
The interview was concluded, and Jamal was charged with involuntary manslaughter and aggravated burglary. Asia's complicity to murder charge was then upgraded to aggravated murder. Both of them pled guilty. Jamal was sentenced to 20 to 25
Told
years
you.
in prison, while Asia was sentenced to 20 years to life. 1 year after his conviction, in a last-ditch effort, Jamal claimed that he was never informed of his right to appeal his sentence or the procedural aspects of his plea bargain. So he tried to file his appeal late, but this motion was denied. His first parole hearing is scheduled for November of 2041, while Asia's first parole hearing is scheduled...
2041. So you gonna sit in that jail. So you're sitting in jail. So it's like it's denied, right? So you're sitting in jail until 2041. That's your next time that you can get a parole. Gosh.
Hearing is scheduled for November of 2041, while Asia's first parole hearing is scheduled for January of 2042. If Asia's parole is denied, she will likely spend the rest of her natural life behind bars. Something many people were hoping for, long before Tierra's murder. Back in 2010, 32-year-old father of three, Nino Bennett, was having a night out at a Canton bar called Frames Tavern. At one point, Nino got into a full-on fist fight. He then left the bar and began walking down Lennis Avenue. Moments later, Nino sustained multiple traumatic injuries after being crushed by the motor vehicle. He died shortly after. The Canton Police Department received a 911 call from the woman who discovered his body. That woman was Asia Lindsay.
I was coming home from the mixer. I turned down this alley because I can turn down this alley to get to my house. It's a different way. That's when I came upon the body. Like I said, I thought the guy was asleep. So I yelled to him, hey, get up. And he didn't respond. I even blew the horn, no response. So therefore I drove down and I backed out and I pulled back in to realize his head is bleeding. And you can see his spine. And it looked like I promise, it looked like someone took something and just like ripped right up him. No one was out here. It was like a couple of people, but for the most part, nobody was out here.
Although Asia said that she called the police right away, when the police arrived at the scene, her father and brother were already there. After evaluating Nino's injuries, the authorities determined that his death was a vehicular homicide. The police struggled to gain momentum in the case, so they urged the public to come forward with any information. Nino's family spoke to the media several times after his death, begging Nino's killer to turn themselves in.
It's turned our world upside down.
They took him away from his daughters.
It took away someone far, far too soon before his time.
Yes.
Most definitely someone had it out for him.
Yes. The truth will come out sooner or later. And if you have any heart whatsoever, bring yourself forward.
You can ask God to forgive you, and we ask God to forgive you. Please just come and do what you're supposed to do. This person can't just wander around free thinking they got away with this.
The investigation into Nino's death went on for months with zero progress, so eventually the case went cold.
And this could have been a sheer accident, you know? Pure accident. It's sad. It's hurtful. Yeah, and I'm just sad now. Now I feel bad. I want to cry again. I'm right, though.
To this day, 16 years later, Nino's family is still seeking answers, hoping to one day bring justice to Nino's killer.
We met with Nino's family just after the 15-year anniversary of his death. His dad has since passed away. His daughters have grown up, and now they have children of their own, grandchildren Nino never got to meet.
That man was a loving father, which you took, a loving husband, which you took, a son, which you took.
His family keeps...
Crazy, like 15 years later and you still feel that same pain. That's the one thing about death, like, you just never get over that jump, bro. Like, 15 years later feel like yesterday. Like, even with my cousin, bro, that jump feel like yesterday. Like I remember, like yesterday, I remember everything from seeing him in the hospital with tubes down his throat. I just remember everything, like everything, seeing him in the casket, seeing him get buried in the ground. I felt like that was just yesterday. Sometimes I break down and cry sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Straight up. That junk never gets old, and you know if you lost somebody close to you, that junk never get old. You never get over that. You just learn how to live with it. You know what I'm saying? You never get over it. So it don't matter if it's 20 years, 25 years later, bro. When I think about my cousin, bro, it's always going to be new. Of course, I can process it better. Of course, I can deal with it better. You know what I mean? Because you just have to deal with it. Nothing you can do to bring him back. But it's just like something you just never get over. It's just something that you learn how to live with.
Memorial up in this alley where
Really,
he lost his
really?
life.
Okay, right here we have this big banner that says Justice for Nino.
Nino's oldest daughter, Chloe, holds on to the few memories she has of her dad. His youngest daughter, Carly, was just 2 years old when he died, too young for any memories at all.
Growing up, when you're little like that, and you go to school and you have father-daughter dances, you got that taken away. When you get married, you can't have your father walk you down the aisle.
He was at this tavern around the corner before it happened. They heard he got into a fight with someone, and they believe he was run over on purpose. We asked those questions to Canton police, who tell us they're still investigating.
I don't understand how they can just sleep at night knowing just that they did this. So, come forward.
It's very sad, because, I mean,
Probably
that's
fought with her.
somebody's son. That could be somebody's dad.
It's like you don't even look like you can't even try to look him past. Yeah, I said that's one thing about people that's grimy. That's one thing about people that's like people that's grimy, and one thing that people that just like it's like you think you look normal, but bro, you look guilty as heck. Like you do you even know that you're smiling right now? I'm telling you, that's one thing about wicked people, bro. They just can't hide the wickedness. You just can't hide it, bro. And you think you look so normal. Girl, I'm not saying you had anything to do with it, but you think you look so, why are you smiling? You think you look so normal, do you?
It's very sad, because, I mean, that's...
It doesn't even look sad.
Son, that could be somebody's dad, and for someone to do something like that, it's just like, man, like, people really don't have hearts.
At the time of this video released, Nino's case is still active. Oh, so I'm not saying that she did it, but I'm putting nothing past her. I mean, I'm putting nothing past her. You see what she did? I'm putting nothing past her at all. But anyways, man, yeah, man, Killer Girlfriend doesn't realize she was recorded by CCTV. For all my new subscribers, new viewers, you do want to go check out all my true crime reactions. It is in the playlist section over yonder. Your boy Jay out, man. Okay.